VoiceBox Media Group, VoiceBox Media Group. We are back with your favorite radio show, VoiceBox Radio. Woo!
Episode number 8.
We are on episode number 8. Thank you to my co-host, of course, the wonderful B. We are back. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share to all the people you know. We have a special guest today, as always. Super excited about getting into it. But how are you guys doing? Drop it in the comments. Let us know how your day was. Let us know how your Monday's going.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Hey everybody, I'm Breeze. Welcome to VoiceBox Radio, episode 8. Today we have, as always, we have an interesting guest that we want to shine a light on. First, we will get into current events.
I'll
start.
Go.
Friday was a big day for us because we actually aired 2 shows on
the
same day.
So, absolutely. How you feel?
I feel good. It felt good to shut it down and then start it right back up for Liddy. That's ideal. That's something that we want. We want people to come on and be able to showcase their personality, showcase their talent. Liddy's set was awesome. To the DJs, we would like to become more of a resource and a hub for DJs. So we are working on the method of streaming where you guys aren't getting cut. So either that be Twitch or TikTok, and then sharing it back to our fans here on Facebook. That's something that we're figuring out. Big shout out to DJ Liddy.
Shout out to DJ Liddy.
She clued me in that she does different genres of music every Friday. So this past Friday was the R&B set.
Okay.
And I was in here.
So she's versatile.
Yes.
If you're not doing anything on Friday, please tune in. DJ Liddy has the whole studio going. Get your energy started for the weekend. Tune in.
Yeah, big ups. Big ups to DJ Liddy.
Big up to DJ Liddy. And in conjunction with DJ Liddy, I need to shout DJ Liddy and Tabitha Roman and Millie out for Fiesta Kenya.
Yes.
They have been doing so many good things in the community. We're super excited to be partnering with them. Their last event they just had was a Border Kenya fundraiser, and it was super exciting. I was so happy to attend. BMG actually donated 2 baskets to them to raffle off, and it was super amazing. We had a great time, and some awesome people won some awesome gifts. So aside from the Grinch running around, we had so much fun. Shout out to Fiesta Border Kenya. If you don't know who they are, please go into our page. Please look at the things that we're partnering with them. We're super excited about all the things that are happening in 2026. Get next to us.
Yes. As always, we're still pushing on with our hoodie drive. We are collecting, hoodie and winter wear, hoodie socks,
absolutely
anything, hygiene items. As you guys can see, it's snow on the ground now, so it's really that season to try to help people out that might not be as fortunate as yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you everyone who tagged us in the Cold Blue post. We got a lot of feedback from the Code Blue post, and we're super excited to be partnering with them and donating all the coats, hats, scarves, anything that we receive. The next batch will go to them, so we're super excited about that.
What else we got as far as anything up there?
I want to go over Miracle Kids Learning Academy. As always, the beautiful Miss Tracy, she has the Miracle Kids Learning Academy. And we're super excited. As always, if you watched our previous shows, we always talk about this. We think it's a wonderful fixture in our community. If you need childcare from ages 2.5 to ages 13, please reach out to Miss Tracy. Her hours are from 6:30 to 6 p.m. at night. If you're interested in homework help, academic enrichment, personal peer development, life skills, and if your kid is actually interested in arts and crafts and music, please reach out to Miss Tracy. She has a dynamic program in which your kids can learn and grow all the time. Miss Tracy, we love you. If anyone needs any contact, it's 856-378-4437. Just ask for Miss Tracy to book a tour. Okay?
As with all our partners and people we network with, we appreciate you guys. We are going to roll out prices for advertising and shout outs like this.
Absolutely.
So that's one of our main goals, is to shine a light on just, not just movements, but also businesses.
Absolutely. And I need to shout out Just Jesse, We did a fabulous interview last week. We were super excited to have her here. She brought some gems and some pertinent information for young entrepreneurs who want to start their own businesses and people who just kind of get discouraged or are scared to take the risk. So we want to shout out Judge Jessie, cleaning service. She does deep cleaning, weekly maintenance, home organization, and post construction. So, and then we also learned that she'll put your event up and also take it down. Oh, really? So if you're out there in the community and you're having an event, her company will put the event together and also take it down. Awesome. So her services are here, 609-501-6907.
Shout out to Just Jessie. That was a really dope interview.
Thank you. Thank
awesome
you.
Awesome partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Without further ado, we have a special guest. We have a pillar in our community, someone I look to for leadership and I also confide in. We actually confide in each other, which is a beautiful thing. We have the lovely Miss Berta Stewart. Yes. And we're super excited to have her here.
Thank you.
It is an honor for you to be here on VoiceBox Radio. And we're going to get into it. Yes. You want to take some time, just introduce yourself, tell who you are, and the platform is yours.
Wow. First, I want to thank you. I appreciate this opportunity. By no means that I think I would be getting interviewed to talk about me. Mm-hmm. A lot of times you look at yourself and you're like, what's so important about me when I'm just living my life? But mm-hmm. I appreciate you. Absolutely. I really do. I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate both of you and the platform that you have. Well, my name is Berta Stewart. Everyone calls me Berta. So that's just a name I had throughout my whole childhood. Mm-hmm. I'm originally born and raised right here in Bridgeton, Cumberland County. So I am a native of South Jersey, and I love it. I work full-time for the state. Besides that, I have a part-time job. I'm doing security, and my heart is doing the work in the community. That's where I get my biggest push at.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about how are you feeling coming in today? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Well, I had to confess, I was a little nervous.
She didn't want to talk to us, y'all.
I did not want to talk. And it's crazy because as I told them, I do interviews on my job. Yes. I'm an investigator. So I do interviews and now I'm being interviewed. So yeah, the tables is flipped. It's different. But I'm gonna shake it off. We're gonna get through this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So go ahead.
I'm about to say, you mentioned being from Cumberland County, Bridgeton.
Yes.
What was special about your upbringing that led you into what you're doing today? And what are some memories that you have about being raised up out here in this area?
My biggest motivator is always my mother. Okay. My mom, she pushed us. She had 4 mm-hmm. girls, and it was just her. But she always had a heart to give out to the community. It was nothing for us growing up, to have my mom having people over, Absolutely. taking people in, doing work in the community. Mm-hmm. So I lived it. That's what me and my sisters lived throughout most of our life, was watching my mom do it and her bringing us along with her. Mm-hmm. So that's how we learned this community, was by being hands-on in it. And she led us in everything that she did.
Absolutely. So what sparks your passion? We often do work together in the community. Mm-hmm. We've been crossing paths for quite some time now. Mm-hmm. So what is your passion? What makes you go every day?
Outside of work.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, it's my family. And a lot of times, we look at family and I don't think we appreciate it enough.
Absolutely.
But when you look at the losses, it makes you appreciate the living that much more. So I have to be honest, my push is because I've lost so much. Mm-hmm. I lost a lot of family members, but that made me push even harder for families. Yes. And for my own family. So that's how personal it is. So when you look back over life, you look at some things you just take for granted.
Absolutely.
But when you look at other families, like, how can I help? You know, how can I fill this void of a loss by reaching out and helping somebody else?
Absolutely.
So
with the goal to help. That's what I have also. So we probably have that in common. Is there a defining moment that pushed you into leadership? I know I have one. Did you have a defining moment where somebody was just like, you have to take the stage now? Now is your time. Or did you have a calling?
Yeah. I'm always going to divert back to my family. To be honest, what pushed me the most, I have to say, when my nephew passed away. It was 2 years ago.
Okay.
And not expecting, you know, I mean, life and death, it comes. And he wasn't the first close person that I lost. But for some reason, his was significant. And because of that, my family sat back and we began to not take his loss as a loss, but see how we could turn that around. And just to keep his face and his vision alive, because he loved life. He did. He was young. So we decided to create this nonprofit called Anthony Heart Beats Forever. His name was Anthony, and we wanted his heart to beat forever. So we created that nonprofit, and my sister, it was her son, she couldn't do it, you know, and I don't blame her. That was her son. She lost her only son. So we as a family and me, I stepped up and I was like, okay, we're going to get this done because we don't want him to be lost. We want him to beat forever. Exactly. So that was the push. It was kind of like holding my sister's arms up and letting her know we got her. And we're going to make sure my nephew's legacy. Like I said, just the fact that he loved life. So anywhere where we can step in and keep life going for another family or another entity, then that's what we as my family, that's our goal.
That's awesome that you guys do that. A big part that people don't talk about when it comes to loss is how life goes on for the people in your surrounding areas, like even close family members and friends.
Absolutely.
Like life just goes on. So for you, outside of her taking the initiative to do something like that, I feel like that's awesome.
Right.
Since you've made that jump, what are some things you guys have done or been involved in?
Well, my sister, she won't come out front, but she does the background work. So she gets, the items that we donated. She's one of them Walmart early morning can find the $1 item. That's my sister. She's a shopper. So she gets the items. My oldest daughter, Zatoya, she just commented and said, that's what mama said. She reached out to a lot of local agencies here because we partner with other already established nonprofits and organizations, and we step in just to see how we can help. So I'm the front person along with my niece's sister, but my sister in the background, she's what keeps the heart beating because she gets the sources and the resources and the things of that nature. And because it's still hard for her, to talk about them, I'm the one that step up front and just the visual. But the drive is really, we take for granted the people behind the scenes because a lot of times they just want to stay back there. Don't put the spotlight on me, but sure. I'm a spotlighter right now and let her know that we do this to help her and to help us. But she's the thrive and the push, finding the items, finding the organizations and things of that nature. And then I step out and kind of, promoting and keep it moving.
That's important though. It's important to be the face. We're forced to be the face of our business.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you ask either one of us, we would not spend as much time in front of the camera.
Somehow we were forced into leadership. This isn't what we planned, but is what we were dealt.
Right.
So we just walk in our purpose on a daily basis. And make it work. So interviews, shining a light on our community, giving a creative space to people in our community. That's what's needed. So that's what we're providing in leadership.
So we appreciate you for taking that jump and being out because it's not easy.
It's not
to be up. You're in front of two cameras right now. And then Lord knows how many people on the other side of the line.
We're not going to talk about that.
Anna Gonzalez said, always amazing work. Derek said, let's go team. You don't need
let's go team. Big BMG. All right, so let's talk about some of the challenges we face, especially throughout our lives, and how they affect us and how it doesn't affect us.
A lot of times, as you said, I always say when you're out front, you're the point on the arrow.
Yeah.
So you have to break in order for that space to be broadened.
Absolutely.
So when you make that break, you're in front line to be criticized. You're front line to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You're front line to be misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
And you're the front line for the pressure. They said pressure make diamonds, but sometimes pressure can crush you if you don't alleviate the pressure and know how to share the pressure. The pressure shouldn't always be on one point. So sometimes, a lot of times, being out front, you can be easily misunderstood. Someone can take your kindness for weakness. Someone can take your assertiveness for being cocky. Someone may just not like how your hair is that day, or it could be anything.
They'll see your hard work and be like, here's some more hard work.
Exactly. They say the hardest workers get the most work. But you have to learn to take it in stride and not take it personal. So I picked up this saying, like last year, it's not personal, it's necessary.
Yes.
So when I go out and do whatever I do, I always tell people, I don't mean to be rude, but it's not personal, it's necessary. So sometimes you have to be assertive. You have to be direct. You have to say the thing the next person may not say, but it's not personal. It's necessary to get this job done. To help these people, you may have to move out the way and take the shine light off of you and put it where it should be.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. So we've partnered with so many different things. We've been together, a mentor in the green as mentors.
Yes.
We've been together taking the kids on trips.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then just recently this summer, you partnered with us with our resource fair.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. So that was our first time partner with Ms. Berta. I want you to just go through how your organization helped out, introduce them, and let them know how you supported us.
Okay. So with a lot of things, how we partner together is, like I said, we identify the need and we try to meet the need. And that need could change for each event. Like I said, the resource to where we just did the food, the feed for Thanksgiving, community dinner. So, like I said, the head of I would say the head of this organization is my sister, Stephanie Simmons. That's my nephew's mom, and her daughter, Yadiah Stewart. They're an intricate part of this. Like I said, I'm just the person out front, but also included in this is both of my daughters, Zatoria Stewart and Natasha Stewart. I call them my heartbeats. Those two are my heartbeats. And also my other sisters, I have Tanisha Colon and Carmen Colon and Carlos Colon, Angelo Colon. Like we're a multi-mixed family, so it's all of us
Shout out
together.
To the family.
Yes, absolutely. So like I said, if we know an event is coming, I'll reach out to whoever is over that event and just ask, how can we help? And a lot of the resources come from us, from our own pockets, like I said, from our own efforts. So we just do our best to meet whatever the need is. And if we don't have it, then we'll begin to reach out to other resources to see if someone else can partner with us. So that's the stage that we're just entering into, learning how to reach out to other resources and take advantage of other resources that's available to us.
Absolutely. So we partner with the community dinner that we just did. And that was such a beautiful experience.
Awesome.
We appreciate everyone that came out from your team. Everyone was lovely. They were polite. They were respectful. And they worked for the greater good to serve the community.
Yes.
And that was such a beautiful thing to see, just to see all these different programs, organizations, nonprofits come together and support one cause. So you guys were definitely a force. We appreciate you, team. We appreciate you, team. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for volunteering. We don't get that enough. A lot of people look for things in return when it comes to leadership. And that's exactly the platform that we don't want to have.
No.
Right? We want to give back from our soul, from our heart. We want to give back from our passion.
Yes.
We want to do these things with purpose.
Window in meaningful ways as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You brought your team out. What's the importance of teamwork? Because you guys came out and got right to it. I went over there and started folding hoodies, and y'all was like, "No, I'm over there." We need you over here. So, like, that's awesome to see that. Where's the value in having a group of people on the same page?
It helps get the job done. I'm not going to say we always work in harmony, but we thank God for grace that covers it. But that was embedded in us. My mother owned her own business. My mother owned her own catering business. So she was called Rib Hazel years ago. She was on the side of the road in Bridgeton. So she taught us work. She taught us how to work together. She was like, you ain't got to like each other, but if there's a task in front of you, you learn how to get that task done. So that's why we were like Johnny on the spot. Like we were getting it done. We were teasing her. It was like, this is nothing. Like we used to being over the barbecue pit, at the Rosenhain festivals to, late at night to the crack of dawn. So, and even my nieces that were there helping out, they chose to come. And I'm so grateful for that. But one of my nieces, to put her out there, her name is Samaya Journey. She has her own catering business. So she was there learning. Samaya. Yes. Charming awesome. Journey. She has her own, she bakes, she cooks.
Absolutely.
She has her own business that she's pushing out there. So you learn by putting your hands to the work. So yes.
Absolutely. We had the honor of meeting her at Passing the Torch.
Yes.
When I was able to host that event. And Ms. Berta sat on the panel. And Samaya was actually being honored. And I invited her out to our resource fair to come table. And it's just been an ongoing relationship ever since. So shout out to Samaya. We love you. We look forward to partnering with you in the future. We look forward to cheering you on. As always, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out to VoiceBox Media Group. If you need anything, as long as same thing as with Miss Berta. Sorry, guys.
And that's that catering. Like I said, got it from my mom. And my granddaughter, I have to give her a shout out. She is a chef down in Baltimore. So her herself, she couldn't come up to that event, coming from Baltimore and New Jersey, but she still helps us.
Okay.
So we call her Chef Z.
Chef Z.
Yes.
Shout out to Chef Z. We are looking forward to working with you. Also, maybe we can have you come down, cater a VMG event. Especially the ones when we're giving back to our fellow patrons and our colleagues that we're working in the community with. So that may be something coming in 2026. You guys look forward. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in with our lovely guests. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to all of the content. If you need anything from us, feel free to reach out to us as always. All right, so let's jump back into some more questions.
What's some advice you would have for your younger self coming up?
Ooh, that you can make it. Sometimes as a teenager, when you're faced with teenage struggles, just, teenage mistakes, wrong decisions, bad turns. When I was younger, 16, I had both of my daughters while I was still in high school. And that was a challenge. My mom was a single mom. And then here I was, a single mom coming to a single mom.
Absolutely.
So, you still want to finish school. You still want to be a good mom. But you also have to accept that responsibility that comes along with it. So there were a lot of times where I just didn't think I'd make it. I thought I'd be that, high school dropout, thought I would be that, mom on the system. And I'm not knocking the system because the system is there to help you. And I even had people tell me that I wasn't going to make it, that living in the projects was I literally had people tell me that because I had 2 kids. By the time I graduated. So they told me, that's it. It was like, you're not going to graduate. You're going to live in the projects and no man will ever want you. I actually had people telling me that.
Wow.
So it was my choice to use those words to burn. I always say I can use those words to burn me up, or I can use it as the fuel to project me to the next platform. And that's what I had to do. I had to go past the negativity and reach in and look at my mom and say, nah, we can do this. So not only did I get out the projects, but my daughters got out the projects. So sometimes you got to prove, prove the doubters wrong. And so
absolutely.
That's what I would tell my younger self. You can make it.
Okay.
How did that lead you to your current work? We didn't talk too much about your current work. But you don't got to go too far into it. But you said you was questioning people. So I'm like, well.
No, I do investigations for abuse and neglect. But I'm on the other side of DCP&P. DCP&P does in-home child abuse and neglect. My office is institutional abuse. So we do the other side. We do any paid staff that has the allegations of abuse and neglect. So that's like, anywhere a child will leave their house, school, daycares, foster homes, jail, anywhere they go under the age of 18, and there's an allegation of abuse and neglect, my office, who are the investigators, we investigate that. I'm so grateful to God. I have 22 years in with the state.
Wow.
And yes.
I'm about to say you're still an advocate. Even in your work, you're still an advocate for others.
Because my mother was a foster parent.
Yes.
And that's what started it. So like I said, we were raised with a lot of, foster children coming in and out of our home. And a lot of them, I still call them brother and sister. My mom didn't have like her bio kids here and the foster kids there. We were always raised together as a family. So there's still a lot of the foster children that came through my mother's home. We call each other brother and sister. I don't say that was a foster child or, we had that relationship. So that's what pushed me over. I always wanted to do investigations. And I was like, I don't want to be a caseworker. So I'm grateful that I found this position with the state. And just recently in September, I was promoted to be the supervisor of investigations for institutional abuse. So that's all God right there. Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful to see it all working out for you.
That's the grace of God.
That's beautiful. So what does our community need more of right now?
Working together. If we just take this past holiday season, it was so many places feeding people, giving out things. I was like, what happens if we all just did one day of that instead of this organization doing it over here, this one doing it over there? Everybody was giving the same thing. Everybody was Thanksgiving. Everybody had the same meal, but they were like over here and over here and over here. And if you want to work in the community, you would be tired trying to keep up with everyone instead of just doing
everybody. Everybody needs support.
Right.
For their support.
Exactly. So my thing was, why don't we just do one and make it? And then sometimes I think organizations, their light want to shine brighter than the work that they're doing.
Absolutely.
So then you have to be careful.
Intentions.
So you have to be careful who you partner with. But I think coming together,
we could pull thousands of people, honestly.
Easy. We had the resources. That was evident, but it was too, I thought it, and then you hear the complaints over this family was eating here and this. I'm like, because you gave them the opportunity to. And if I was out there, I would too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I actually have an interesting perspective on that dynamic of what you just talked about. Just because I do like that a little bit of everyone and everywhere had the opportunity to eat at different places.
Right.
And the variety of days that they had to eat.
That's true.
Because if you're homeless and we only have one event, that means you eat one meal.
Right.
So I've seen and witnessed myself of people that we served at our dinner that were at other dinners that were able to eat on other days.
Right.
So I understand that perspective. But when it comes to teamwork is the only way that it's going to unfold for us properly.
Right. And that's true.
You gotta be able to provide a unified front. That's one thing that we as Black people need to do, is be able to
and even if we came together and did still stretch that out over days and maybe not made one day, but made, like you said, a series of throughout the whole community, that would give them an opportunity not just to eat on Thanksgiving, but also have other resources.
I think that'll be our challenge for 2026 when we move forward for our next Thanksgiving dinner. Just having more organizations partner together. So that'll be our challenge, that we reach out to other organizations and see what we can do instead of, doing it on our own. And that's our way of giving back. So if everyone has the same mind frame and a mindset, then we'll be better as people.
Right.
For sure.
Because us as a media outlet, we have the privilege to be able to piggyback off certain things that people do just to shine the light on them. So it's nothing to, extend an invitation to meet with somebody else or draw a connection where we see that it's mutual beneficial.
Yeah. Definitely. That's often when we're doing the work, it gets so misconstrued.
It does.
Some people sometimes think that you're getting paid for the work. Or some people think that you're doing for a different reason. Or you're backing a political figure. Just because you're inviting certain people out. So what do you think the biggest misunderstanding in activism is?
Sometimes it's almost like you think it's a race, like who can get there first. like who can have their event first, like who can have the loudest voice. And it's not a race, because if, like you said, if your heart is into speaking on that thing that, that's important to you, or that thing that you partner with, that should always be louder than you. That should always be brighter than you. I've always been, let me just do the work and put it in front of me, not me standing in front of it. And everybody like, look at me, look what I'm doing, look how much money I gave. Because it's money comes and goes. I've learned that in my life. I've lost, and I had again. And I know any sickness, any job closure, COVID should have taught us that. Absolutely. It could be gone like this. But what is the it that's pushing you, that if you were not there, could it still keep going on without you?
I feel like a lot of people need to be honest with themselves, that it is a level of self involved in that, because I see that some people want it to be their specific plan or idea, when it's really a combination of what everybody's doing that's going to get us where we need to go.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely. If anyone is interested in sharing their ideas, if they have ideas for the future, VMG is always open to ideas, plans. We will back you. We will help you out. Feel free to reach out to us with anything. We are looking to expand in 2026, and it's all about collaboration in 2026. So we are looking to partner with you for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So let's talk about just life in general. We know we can't be here forever, but what is the legacy that we want to leave in the work that we do?
I always believe if it's close to you, that's what you're going to work the hardest at. I didn't mention I'm also a Zeta. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Yes.
I was about to do the thing, but I said I forgot how to do it. I said I'll keep my heads down.
So I want to give a big shout out to my sorority. Through my sorority, I'm able to do a lot of community service work. One of the biggest works that I put my hands to is their breast cancer awareness and domestic violence awareness. And it has a lot to do with what you want to leave behind. And that became personal to me because my sister, Carmen Colon, was diagnosed this year with breast cancer. So again, my motivation has always been my family, but I'm so grateful to God that she was able to get through the process and, through the surgeries and through the healing, and she's still healing. But it still was the fuel that pushed us. So any legacy that I want to leave, that my grandkids or even great grandkids or even those that I partner with, is just always work from your heart. Take self out of it, because self can get in the way. Self gets tired. Self can want to be flamboyant at times. Self wants to be seen. But if you move yourself out the way and put your heart into that thing that you're pushing, let that always be your lead and your guide, and always let God be the one to be in front of you. And I think the legacy should always be, let your heart and your hands go to work. That's something that's going to not just be about you. Take self out of it. Absolutely. Don't be selfish. Yes. That could be the one thing I can say. Don't be selfish. Give. The Bible tells us if we give, it shall be given back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. But you got to have the heart to give. Not give looking for the return, but just give and trust God that He's going to work it out.
Absolutely. Thank you for that word. We greatly appreciate it. It is an honor to be in your presence, as always. As I always tell you, I am very most gracious for Miss Berta. From day one, me and Miss Berta have been like this.
Yes.
We lean on each other in the community, in the work that we do.
So much.
So I lean on Miss Berta nonstop. We talk. We do this community work. Can you tell us, before we wrap up? Can you tell us what it is the audience can do, what it is VMG can do, or what it is any other collaborators or organizations can do to assist you in the work that you do?
Well, like I said, the nonprofit that we have, Anthony Heartbeats Forever, you can find our page on Facebook. Any donations anybody wants to give towards that, and again, we give to give. I always ask God to bless me to be a giver so I can give. So any donations given to us, we turn that right back around and we give it right back out to the community. Right now, like I said, the nonprofit is pretty much being resourced by us individually. Like I said, my sister, myself, my children, my grandchildren, all of those efforts are put together to keep that nonprofit going. And we know there's a lot of nonprofits out there. There's a plethora of them out there. But we believe our work will show you that what we're doing. So again, you can reach out to our Facebook page. It's like I said, it's to keep my nephew alive, but it's also to see how we can keep the community alive and just keep pushing the work. He's a Steelers fan. Go Steelers! They playing tonight. Don't.
My mom gonna text me.
We're gonna skip over that. We're gonna get that grace.
You just reminded me that my mom gonna text me before the night is out. My mom's a big Steelers fan.
Had to throw that out there. That's my nephew. But
absolutely.
Anyway, any donations, like I said, they can find me. Reach out to you guys to connect with me. But
she's in the likes. She's in the likes and comments, guys. She's a very supporter. She's one of our biggest supporters. So you'll see her on the BMG page.
Yes, absolutely. I love you guys. Like I love your work.
We appreciate you.
I love everything about you. But yes, if you could, any way to help us keep our nonprofit and work alive, we would definitely appreciate it.
Okay. Can we just talk before we go? Can we talk about some of the things that we're going to see in the future for 2026 coming from Miss Berta?
Anthony's Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. Well, again, our goal is to continue to build up the nonprofit. Like I said, it's just a year old. So it's a year old. So it's new. So we're going to continue to build that up, continue to partner with, like I said, organizations and events that's already established. My goal is to continue to work, but productive work. I don't want to just be a part of something because it's out there. I don't think that's worth it. So you will, I'm still the front person, so you'll still see me. Yeah. But hopefully, my sister, she told me before I got here, she was like, "I'm trying," and I'm praying that God to give her the strength she needs in order, to be more out front with this drive. And it is a process because grief is, my mother has been going for 20 years and sometimes it feels like 20 minutes. So it is a process, but I'm grateful that she can still do the work.
Tell her we need her vision as well.
Absolutely.
We need her vision
She's
to
listening.
come from her.
Absolutely. I got with her. I see you. I got with you.
She was in the kitchen. She did come to the kitchen to help. So that was a major move for her. So, but you'll see us out there more. My sorority, we're always out there doing work in the community. I'm part of the Row Zeta chapter in Cumberland County. So we do a lot of work. We are in senators and things of that nature. So the goal is to keep working in 2026. Work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The wonderful Miss Stewart. The wonderful Miss Stewart. Let's hear it for her. Someone who continue to impact us and create a real change in our community. It is a blessing to have you here and to have many partnerships with you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on VoiceBox Radio.
Yes.
And we look forward to having you back again and continue partnering with you.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, our lovely guests, for sitting down and talk to us.
Thank you so much.
My name is Brandon, aka Breeze.
I'm Zykia.
Sorry. And